Previous examples that you saw, it was talking about when we have a negative in front of a positive base. Okay, and we remember that it says you just take the base and you find what it would be raised to that power. So in this case, 2 to the third power would be 8, and then you just do the opposite. Basically, just stick the negative in front of it. However, in these problems down here, such as in these examples, we can see that this time these numbers are actually, this -2 is actually in a parenthesis. And that does make a difference because when it's in a parenthesis, then it's actually saying -2 times itself. -2 times -2 times -2, such as the example here. And what happens is if you times -2 times -2, then that gives you a +4 because 2 negatives always make a positive. Then when you times it the third time, -4 times -2, it's going to take it back and give it a negative. Now, what we want to look at here are these rules down here where it shows us, and it says, if you raise a negative number, the negative number must be in parentheses to an even power. The answer will always be, and this answer is positive. If you raise a negative number to an even power, then it's always going to be positive. So that's like over here. In this case, 2 and 4 are even numbers. And if we look at that example, if we say -2 times -2 times -2, then that's going to give us a +4. And then down here it says if you raise a negative number to an odd power, the answer will always be negative. And that's because, like what we've seen up here in this first example, when you times it the third time, it's going to take it back to a negative. Because the first 2 times, it made it positive, but then anytime you times a positive and a negative, it's always going to make it negative if their signs are different. Now, an easier way that you can do these problems would be to use a scientific calculator such as the TI-30Xii. And when you do this, basically all you have to do is just to take and put it in this right here, your -2 and your parentheses. Make sure you put the parentheses, and then you'll just use your little up arrow key and then put the 5, and it'll automatically give you the negative or positive. It'll automatically tell you if it's negative or positive. So this is how that you work it, and this is the difference between when you have a negative number and you have it in parentheses and you have it when it's not in parentheses. So the parentheses can change it, like what I was saying, it can change it as in the examples over here with the odd power, it'll make it an odd. But if it's an even power, then it'll make it even. And if we look at this up here, what this really is getting back to is here we have a -2 to the second power, and down here we have a -2 to the second power. But on this part, the -2 is in parentheses, so it gives us a +4. But now up here, because it doesn't have parentheses, it would actually stay a negative. Even though it's been times by itself twice, that power is just doing it, it's just making it the opposite. So that's what you want to pay attention to, is make sure you keep that in mind, is to pay attention whether or not it has parentheses.